So today's the day where the SPY finally cracked that key 641 support level. For those of you who use the game plan, you should have been in on put options once the SPY was cracking that level, forming lower highs, forming bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. In terms of my own personal trading, I had many wins during the power hour trading session on SPX put options. I'm going to walk you through it, man. We had a crazy play on SPX put options, man. At first, we were down first about 50%, and then contracts came back to life, and we were actually scaling in as it was dropping because we were extremely confident on this overall setup, and it ended up being a 100% winner. I had multiple wins on SPX puts in terms of today's price action. We absolutely killed it. In terms of G-Roar, his trades were phenomenal, a massive green day as well. He ended up going 2 for 2 and then one small loss on the YOLO during the power hour trading session. I'm going to be breaking down our trades towards the end of this video, but first things first, let's get into the new game plan. The market is setting up for another highly predictable, lucrative trading opportunity heading into tomorrow. I'm going to explain to you how to trade the best setups at the best prices. Let's get straight into the analysis. So in terms of the SPY, what ended up playing out was the bearish scenario, where if we start to go under 642 to 641, you're going to want to be buying those put options because that's when we're going to see a 4-point pullback and an overall bearish trend day. So in terms of where we are currently at within the market, I want you to visualize it like this, right? So, we have this overall big move up, and then SPY comes crashing back down. And then once it cracks the key level, spikes back up, forms the lower highs, forms this triangular shape. And then once it cracks this small triangular support right here, it has a massive sell-off. And it continues to sell off, forming lower highs with some very nice downside potential before it recovers and then breaks above this triangle right here. Right? So in terms of where we're at with market conditions in that overall pattern, you can think of this as the overall big move. This was the big move. We had the strong move to the upside, strong move to the downside, same type of price action where I had just showed you. And then I made it very clear, in terms of last night's game plan, once the market goes below 641.50, that's when you're going to want to be buying put options. For those of you who use my curriculum, you should have had a phenomenal green day, and losing should have remained a personal choice, because if you looked at the overall price action, there was absolutely no reason to be buying call options as the SPY was forming lower highs with red, green, red, green, red, bearish patterns towards 643, and it already dropped to 642, which is another bearish signal along with these lower highs, red, green, red, bearish. And then once it finally cracked 641, which is the true strength level where you're going to want to automatically buy puts, and it was even recommended to literally just wait for 641 to crack, we had a red, green, red, bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation followed off by a massive sell-off. So if you use the 30-minute chart confirmations, you should have been in put options, if not towards here with this red, green, red, after 11 a.m. when this 30-minute candlestick closed, right here when this 30-minute candlestick closed with another red, green to red at the best level possible in terms of the confirmation, right? In terms of like the confirmation, this move, easy rise for puts, should have been in on puts right here at 12 p.m. when this 30-minute candlestick ended up closing here. So with that being said, if you use the game plan and waited for the proper, confirmations, as I had explained, it would be likely better to wait and go with the levels that aren't considered the best, because it's just going to be a smooth ride once we go under 641. You should have had a phenomenal day on buying puts. Now, with that being said, look at the pattern. We had the spike, we had the spike, we had the sell-off, we had the sell-off. Once it cracked 641, triangular, and then look, we're getting a triangular towards 640, towards the key level. You see in this? So look, last time this happened, and again, if you look at how this mountain formed, right? This move up, this move down, and then this mountain right here, this move up, this down, and again, the low of this is at 641.50, low of this is at 631.50. Once it cracked 641.50, started forming lower highs in the triangular, right? In the triangular, then we had a massive fucking sell-off. So it is so simple. It really is. It is so fucking simple to be green heading into tomorrow. If you're not green tomorrow, I mean, man, if you weren't green today, I'd be concerned. But if you're not fucking green tomorrow, I'd be even more concerned. because it's getting easier. Do you understand? Into this week, trading is getting easier. This is genuinely some of the easiest ways to make money within the market. If you can't be profitable with this simple information, then trading is just not for you. The setup doesn't get more simpler than this. The only way SPY is bullish is if we break above the fucking triangle towards above 640, break, retest, form higher support, or we start to have a bigger gap up. Otherwise, what's going to happen is, as long as we stay below the triangle, it's going to fucking snap. And it has massive downside potential. Last time this pattern occurred, we saw a 10-point fucking drop. So what I'm telling you is, there's absolutely no reason to be in on call options as long as the SPY is maintaining resistance, as long as the SPY is below this overall zone, which is going to be at 600 and this is the zone. 640.20 to 638.50. As long as the SPY is at or below this zone, there's no reason to be buying call options. The only way I would even recommend call options into tomorrow in a strong valid confirmation would be a gap up. Right now, the market's having a small gap down, but if we do end up having a nice gap up or a massive break and retest, that's the only way I would consider buying calls above this triangular level right here. Only way is if we gap up above it, or if we have a nice breakout in terms of what I would consider a nice breakout with current price action. If the high of the level is 640, I would say at the bare fucking minimum, we're going to need a 642 pump right here, drop back down to retest, right around here, or even at a lower level right around here. And if it's forming the bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, green, red, green, or green, double red, slanted green, or just bullish pins forming support for hours, maintaining above the level, then you buy calls, ride this fucker back up to 643 to 644 to 645, set profit stops. That is the game plan for calls. That is the only way I would consider calls. We are only interested in buying put options towards this overall zone if the SPY is maintaining below 640. If it's not gapping up, if it's not having a massive breakout, if it's having fake outs, if it's forming lower highs, if it's staying below this overall zone, reacting bearish, red, green, red, forming resistance, not having nice massive breakouts, not gapping up, then we're interested in buying put options, man. I'm telling you. Now, in terms of your best confirmation for puts, this would be your best confirmations for puts. So what the bears need is they need to stay below 640. That's what they need. And then in terms of like your best confirmation for puts, it's going to be more considered at the lower level, right? Just like how I explained to you in terms of last night's video, the smooth, easy ride for puts would literally just be to wait for the SPY to go under 641. If there's bearish confirmations, just get it on the puts. It should crash instantly 4 points, which is what it ended up doing, just selling off once it went under and with the red, green, red, right? And there was no reason to try to buy calls above 643 because, again, red, green, red, red, green, red, fake outs, resistance for fucking hours, that is not fucking bullish. That's all fucking resistance and lower highs and bearish confirmations, right? Weakness. Now, with that being said, in terms of this, if you're seeing resistance, look, we already got a red, green, red. You seeing this? We already got a red, green, red at the previous lows, and it continued to drop, followed by a small gap down, right? That's what you're looking for. So in terms of like, if you're wondering, what is that zone heading into tomorrow where if it reacts bearish, it's gonna just fucking sell off like it did at 641. I'm telling you, man, milk this fucking trend. This is the new lower zone. 637.50 to 638.50. If the SPY is just maintaining bearish, not going above 640, that's a strong signal to sell and to buy put options. But in terms of the easy money to be made where it's not considered the best level, and that smooth ride, just like 641 wasn't the best level, but it was the smooth ride where we just sell off. Again, it's going to be the lower level, right? So if we're maintaining below this zone, that's bearish signal. Once we start to form lower highs and crack below this 638.50 to 637.60, once we go under 637.60, that's when you're going to see that nice flush and that nice move to the downside. With this overall pattern, it is showing that if the SPY is maintaining below the triangle, right, you can see right here, as it maintains below the triangle and it doesn't push back up, it has a massive fucking sell-off. So there's going to be a massive play in the pre-market tomorrow as well. For those of you who are trading futures, strongly recommend trading the pre-market tomorrow. It's going to be a fairly simple, easier trading session, to just be trading in tomorrow in general. But yeah, it's really that simple. If we're just staying below 640, dropping under 637.50, forming resistance, forming lower highs, buy the fucking puts, set the profit stops. Now, in terms of profit targets, this would be your profit target right here, 635. Now, this is what I will say. I'm not going to be going over how I came up with this. It's in the past videos. If you want to go back and watch all the past videos, I mean, for those of you who set the price alerts with the curriculum, you should already know why if you remember the pattern. But this is a strong bounce level. So the main level where I would feel comfortable making a scalp on calls, if tomorrow were bearish trend day, I would genuinely feel comfortable making a quick scalp against calls at an oversold level, starting at this level right here, 635.80 to 635. The best level would be the low 635. This is a strong bounce zone where the SPY should spike first, meaning once 636 and once 635 calls go out of the money, they should quickly spike to back in the money for a very nice quick scalp where you can make a nice massive gain. And if it's happening during a massive volatile time, or if it's happening when contracts are getting ready to expire worthless, that small move could be a massive gain up until about at the bare minimum 630, 650 to 637, right? If market maintains below 637, it's going to continue to sell off. If it starts to break and retest above 637, then we retrace back to the gap, the previous closing price at 639.81. So that's the only level where I would consider calls if the SPY is reacting bearish, and then below that, I would consider one more level. So below that 635, the next level would be, let's see. Yeah, so it would be, you can keep your eyes, not the best, but keep your eyes on 634. It's only if it's got the best confirmation in between 634 to 633, best confirmation. But that auto buy, fucking amazing fucking entry. Oh my gosh. When we get to 631 and 632. 631 and 632, that's the next buy zone. I'm telling you, these two fucking zones are amazing for calls, even on a bullish overall trend day. This is a break and retest trend reversal level. You hit calls at this zone, you'll fucking bank. And then 635, it should bounce first no matter fucking what. Along with 631, it should bounce first. If you want to know the true best levels to scalp calls, 631 mid and 635 mid. Those are the absolute best levels. So I gave you the levels to buy calls on a bearish trend day. I gave you the levels to buy calls on a bullish trend day, right? For a bullish trend day, we need a gap up or we need a 2-point breakout above. Look, the only fucking way I'm trusting this on calls, if I'm buying at higher levels, I either need a nice gap up or I need a 2-point breakout above 640. If I get a 2-point breakout above 640, then if it breaks and retest, I'm also going to need the best confirmations to be truly convinced. I need the best fucking confirmations possible towards that break and retest right around that 640. Buy calls, ride it back up. Now, another thing to note on a super bullish trend day, keep an eye on a quick scalp for puts right here. This level right here, this is a breakdown and retest level where we can drop first, meaning once those 642 and 643 puts go out of the money, they're likely going to quickly go back in the money for a nice scalp. So another scalp against the trend, if the SPY is reacting bullish, is this 642.88 breakdown and retest level. So keep your eyes on that as well, because I do know some of you like to make trades against the trend. It could be very profitable and lucrative if you know the best level to get in at and you time it 100% accurately, and especially if it's during a key volatile time, at market open or towards the end of the day when contracts getting ready to expire worthless, even better in that situation of scalping against the trend. Right? Just understand the disadvantage of scalping against the trend is you can't really hold a loser because it doesn't come back to life. That's the disadvantage. You really have to time it perfectly, get in, get out. Because if you're going against the trend, eventually the contract's just going to expire and go worthless, and it's just not meant to be held because you're going against the trend in the first place, right? So that's the biggest disadvantage to trading against the trend. The advantage is pure momentum. If there's pure momentum and a clear signal to be getting in, and you can get in and out very, very quickly, buy out of the money, sell in the money, and it's during the best time to be trading where the volatility is there, especially during the close, then it makes a lot of sense to trade against the trend, right? But you are always at a disadvantage in trading against the trend because you can never really let a loser that drops 50% plus come back to life because it's not supposed to. If you're against the trend and you're down 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%, if you hold that, it's rarely ever going to come back to life because you're against the trend. But if you do it trading with the trend, vast majority of the time it comes back to life, right? Because we're going far out of the money, but not far enough to where it's not going to go in the money. But yeah, that's the game plan. Very, very simple. So just to quickly recap that, only way I'm trusting calls for a bullish trend day, in terms of buying at the higher levels, I need a nice gap up. Now, for the best signal and confirmation, it would be that gap up. If we get a nice, strong gap up, that is a strong signal for a bullish trend day, and that's where I would trust calls the most. If not, main way I'm going to trust it is a strong breakout. I need at least a 2-point, 3-point even better, break above 640, and then I need a retest, and I need the best confirmations possible. I'll be a little bit more lenient on all of that if we have a massive gap up, but if not, I'm going to need a nice break above 640, retest, react to support bullishness, and I'll look for calls at that overall zone, ride it back up. 643 is a level where we can drop first. 645 is a level where we can drop first. Those are all breakdown and retest levels to make a quick scalp on puts against the overall trend, right? Especially if you're seeing a nice little red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation towards those levels. Now, in terms of market bearishness, for a true bearish day, this is the simplest fucking way to put it. Genuinely for a true bearish trend day, heading into tomorrow, this is how I see it. The SPY is going to fall off a fucking cliff as long as we do not go above 640. If we do not go above 640, the bulls are fucking fucked. They're going to get obliterated. They're going to get absolutely fucked heading into tomorrow. And in this market, it is genuinely your choice if you want to fuck or if you want to get fucked. It's your fucking choice, man. Losing is all a personal fucking choice. There's hammers, there's nails. And you're either getting fucked or you're either fucking or you're either getting fucked within the fucking market. And it's all your personal fucking choice, man. I'm telling you, once you figure this shit out, you're going to be like, wow, this is so simple. Technicals are so simple. Price action is so simple. Confirmations is so simple. It then comes down to discipline, market psychology, and most importantly, risk management. If you don't have risk management, you have nothing. You could be the best trader on the fucking planet. If you have no risk management, you will continue to blow up your account again and again and again. And it will be comical in a way because imagine seeing the best trader in the world have no risk management. You'd be like, dude, this person's fucking amazing, but they keep on losing money because they have no fucking risk management. It's one of the most important things to have within trading in terms of a strong foundation. If you don't have risk management, you shouldn't even bother fucking trading because you have absolutely fucking nothing. So with that being said, if we're below 640, it's going to sell the fuck off. If we're just staying below 640, it's going to sell the fuck off. You're going to want to be on fucking puts. You're going to genuinely be questioning why aren't you in on puts? And if you're not in on fucking puts, then you should be showing some fucking interesting calls for a quick scalp against the trend at 635 and 631. If you use this information, you will make so much fucking money and you'll be so fucking green and you'll be able to show everyone you fucking know, look, I know exactly what the fucking market is going to do. I wait to trade the best setups at the best prices. I wait for the perfect levels. I wait for the perfect confirmations. I'm disciplined. I listen to the game plan. I listen to the analysis. And also, another important tip that I can give you, with this, especially for those of you who are more beginners, when you're using this information, I want you to look at the 30-minute chart as a mirror, as a reflection, right? So just look for similar patterns. Go back to the 10-day 30-minute chart, 20-day, 30-day 30-minute chart. Look for similar bearish and bullish patterns that are in alignment with the overall game plan in the strategies, right? So if the market's bearish because we're staying below 640, the strategies we're going to be using is the breakdown and retest, which is when SPY, this is an example of a breakdown and retest right here. This is support, this is support, this is support. The lows of these candlesticks are support. The highs of these candlesticks are resistance. When the SPY goes below support, spikes back up and retest, right? Forms bearish wicks, forms bearish candles. That's overall bearish. Maintaining lower highs, bearish momentum, right? Bearish momentum. If you're seeing breakdowns in retest, look at this. This was like, if you just listen to the curriculum, and even if you watch the past videos, you would have been like, wow, this is the same fucking pattern that keeps on fucking happening, man. Look at this. This is fucking beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Red, green, red, market sells off. It's at key resistance in the pre-market with a breakdown and retest. Support. Remember, we went over this in last week's video and we bought the puts at open at 9:45 a.m. Remember, G-Work called that? It made fucking 100% on those. Remember this? This was all support. This was the breakdown, the crack of support. This was the retest of that previous support. These are the new lower highs. Red, green, red, market sells off. Red, green, red, market sells off. And I told you, if the SPY goes under, this is what I drew out yesterday, remember? Same fucking thing. This is why I'm saying it's all a fucking choice. If you just wait for the perfect levels with the perfect game plan, and sometimes, in last night's video, this was a great example of this. You know, for those of you who saw my style of trading much earlier on, you know that my trading was more simple. I really like to focus on the best levels, but one thing that took me time to figure out was this. Sometimes it's actually better to make a trade at a level that's not considered the best, because you can actually measure in terms of a trade if it's going to be like a smooth, easy ride, where even though it's not the best level, it's like the best time to get in and the momentum's in your favor. And that's one thing that took me a while to figure out. I remember when I first started out, I was more focused on the levels, but in terms of adapting, I've come to the realization that you can have better trading setups where it's just so fucking easy in a smooth ride and the timing is like absolutely fucking perfectly. And it could be like, in terms of the channel, it could be in the middle of the channel. It could be at a level where it's just not as good. But the entry and the timing, it's just like a flawless fucking trade. And that's exactly what last night's video was, man. Because I made it very clear, you're much better off waiting to get in at lower levels for puts and higher levels for calls. And there was no reason to take the higher levels at calls because it was forming lower highs with red, green, red, all bearish confirmations, all wicks. Every single time the SPY has been forming these green wicks facing to the downside, 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 it would follow off with lower highs and sell off, 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 right? So with that being said, if you just looked at the price action, this is exactly what was supposed to happen. When market drops below 641.50, it cracks, spikes back up, form lower highs, and then it drops all the way down to 638. Remember, we measured the move at 638. Look, the exact thing happened. This was the level right here, 641.50. Remember how we came up with the 30-minute price action bar right here, along with the past history? So look at this. We already had red, green, red towards 643, which is bearish, red, green, red, all this resistance, all these lower highs. This support cracked, lower highs, red, green, red, right? This pattern was an exact repeat, and you should have read this like a book, and you should have seen this just by using the 10-day, 30-minute chart as a reflection, as a mirror. Basically, what I'm telling you is the way you should have read the pre-market and market open chart was this. This is how you should have read it. You should have read it as this is some support, this is some support, right? So in terms of your support, this is your support. You should have read it just like this. I'm going to walk you through this and keep on using this curriculum because it's going to keep on showing up within the market, but you got to show up with your presence and use it when it shows up, right? And you got to sit on the sidelines when it doesn't show up, even if it's at the best overall levels. So this is all support. Support, crack, retest, resistance, drops lower, maintaining lower highs, red, green, red. Now look, this is all support, right? We went over this earlier into the week. Cracks, lower highs, red, green, red, bearish red candlestick. Red, green, red, bearish red candlestick. Sells off, right? The same pattern that we used to buy puts right here at 9:45 a.m. on August 15th to make 100% was the same exact, and this was the day where I literally told you the market was going to crash at open. Go back and watch the video. I literally said market's crashing open. We all bought puts. We all fucking banked. Losing's a personal choice every single fucking day. Do you understand we are running the fucking market? There is market makers in our group watching us every single fucking day. You should see the fucking timing of our fucking trades. It's unfucking real. You should see the amount of fuckery that happens, especially during fucking power hour when we enter a trade. When we enter an options trade during power hour, it is the biggest fucking spike on the entire fucking day, man. We have an entire team dedicated to trading the SPX extravaganza YOLO fucking party. I'm telling you, we have big fucking eyes watching us, man. I was scrolling on my fucking For You page, and it's telling me, man, there's fucking billionaires watching you. There's all these fucking secret people fucking watching. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit. No fucking shit. Everything we fucking do prints at the speed of light. Do you know how many people out there that don't want us to fucking win? Don't want us to have this fucking company? Don't want us to have this fucking skill sets? I'm telling you, man, it's very real to have an eye for the market and to have another dimension within the market. I'm telling you, some people, they have like a 5D dimension within the fucking market. But anyways, man, this was it. This was the fucking move. It was the same fucking pattern on August 15th. We used to make puts, and I prepared you a day before in advance to buy puts at the fucking open. And then this was it. You know, we had the lower highs, red, green, red, sell off. So when you seen that by 10:30 a.m., man, if you weren't bearish after fucking, you should have been bearish up here. It's like, how quickly are you going to capture the trend? How quickly are you going to capture the pattern? August 15th is a fucking repeat to fucking August 19th. And we called August 15th before it fucking happened, a day before advance. And we called fucking today, a day before it happened advance. Do you understand? We are prepared and well equipped to crush the fucking market every single fucking day. You know, when market was at fucking 620, I told you it was the lows and we were gonna get all-time highs. And now I've been preparing you. Think of all the times I told you to buy puts at the exact fucking peak. Timed fucking perfectly, man. We're doing it both fucking ways. We are fucking up the market both fucking ways. Nobody can stop us. People are genuinely wondering, questioning, how the fuck is this even possible? How could someone be this fucking accurate in the most simple way to be fucking accurate? We've simplified the market into a process that works non-fucking stop. Look at this, man. This big red 30-minute. Once we go under, red, green, red, fucking flush. Red, green, red, fucking flush. Red, green, red, fucking flush. You use the red, green, red, breakdown, retest, lower highs with my fucking levels. You will be green 80% of the fucking time. If you use our trading system, the way we trade, no stop losses, far out of the money, zero-day options, add to winners, set to profit stops, move the profit stops up higher, trade the trend, you will be successful with a win rate as low as 30 fucking percent. Losing is a personal fucking choice. We are going green every single day. We are creating the best game plans within the fucking market that are simple for everyone to fucking trade. It is so simple. It is so fucking beginner that the way I fucking see this is, if you can't make money with this, then it exposes you in terms of trading just not for you. If you can't make money in a simple way to make money, what makes you think you're going to be able to make money in a more complex way, in a more complex system? Without this foundation, what do you have? You know, most traders, they try to get all fucking complex, a million fucking indicators, before they even have a strong, solid foundation. The easy, simple beginner foundation is 80% of fucking trading. Fucking risk management, the levels, the curriculum, the confirmation, the patterns, the trends, capturing the trend. You don't have to be the first person to capture the trend to be rich. You don't. You know, my curriculum would have got you in at the exact peak. Red, green, red. We all bought puts 9:45 a.m. on this day. Prepared for it a day advance for the market crash open. Go back and watch the videos. Red, green, red. Same fucking pattern. Lower highs, you know, sell off. You don't have to capture the trend right here for puts. You don't have to capture the trend right here for puts at open. You can get in towards the middle, red, green, red, middle, red, green, red, not the exact peak, not the exact peak. It still fucking flushes. It still fucking flushes. You're making bank either fucking way, or you can capture both. You can come in on puts right here, take profit right here, get back in when it's forming lower highs, red, green, red, take profit here. You know, get it on puts right here. Dude, it's all a choice. Losing is a personal choice. If you are losing money within the market, I would genuinely question, what the fuck are you doing? Look in the fucking mirror. And part of looking in the fucking mirror is not just looking at your fucking self, but it's about looking what the fuck it's reflecting back to you. So look at the fucking market as a fucking mirror. This is all a fucking mirror, right? So what is this reflection reflecting back to you? When you look at August 15th and then you look at August 19th, with today's game plan, what is that reflecting back to you? It's literally reflecting that the same fucking thing is happening and that the game plan is going to print at the speed of fucking light and that there's absolutely no reason to be buying fucking calls if SPY is under 641. That's when we're going to have the free fall and drop 4 fucking points. Trading is so fucking simple. It's fucking people who fucking complicate it with a trillion fucking indicators and whatever the fuck they're else are doing. It's like, dude, we keep this shit so fucking simple. It works, it prints every day. We are making this the simplest, easiest way for you to make money in the cheapest, lowest risk way possible. I'm telling you, like, we're getting it to the point where it's like, if you were red, you genuinely, like, you'd have to be an asshole to be fucking red. Something would just have to be wrong or fucking off. Something's not in alignment. It's literally, and it has something likely to do with the person, you know, with their fucking habits, with their fucking lifestyle. Like, it's on fucking them. It is all on fucking them for them to fix that shit, man. I'm telling you, we have the simplest fucking system on the fucking planet to make money. If you cannot make money within the market with this fucking information, you do not stand a fucking chance. I'm giving you the easiest ways to make money every single fucking day. That's what we do. We keep things very, very simple. Losing's a personal choice. It's that fucking simple, man. If you can't be profitable with this, there's just don't fucking trade. Just don't fucking trade. This is the simplest way to fucking trade that prints non-fucking stop. So, those are the game plans. Losing's a personal choice. If you're fucking red tomorrow, I would genuinely question, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you, especially if you were already red fucking today. If you were red today, tomorrow's the day, fucking vengeance, you need to fucking redeem yourself. Because that's just fucking embarrassing if you were fucking red today, man. Risk Management 101, I'm telling you, man. The number one reason for anyone to be fucking red is just poor fucking risk management. Because I'm telling you, it is so fucking simple to be green. And to make it simpler to stay green, the most you risk is half your gains when you're already green enough to walk away, but you choose to keep on trading if you want to, not that you have to. So, with that being said, that's the game plan. Losing's always a personal choice. Everyone should be fucking green. In terms of the trade, these were the trades that we ended up fucking doing, right? So, in terms of the overall trades, let's get into this, right? Very, very simple. So in terms of shorts, as you can see, overall game plan, shorting below 642.70, shorting below 642.18, shorting below 641.40, right? So in terms of overall trades, I'm not going to be going over all this. This is a real-time zero-day option trade alert system. You guys are well aware. In terms of Giro, he finally had his first, red day in God knows how long on Monday. Everything we do is documented, in real time. It's been stacked for years. But anyways, finally had his first red day, and then here we are back printing again at the speed of fucking light, never having 2 red days in a row. So we had 645 calls at 18 cents at 9:41 a.m., a quick scalp on calls at 18 cents, and you can see the dip is getting bought up aggressively. These are the option call prices moving in real time. So we were in at 18 cents, 20 cents, 21 cents, 24 cents, 25 cents. Like I said, we're more than willing to make a quick scalp against the trend as professionals, especially if it's at an extremely volatile time where we can take advantage of the momentum. Just understand there's always a disadvantage to doing that. And the biggest disadvantage, I would say, in terms of trading against the trend is if you're wrong and you time it wrong, it can't come back to life. That's the biggest disadvantage. Now, the advantage is it's pure momentum. So on certain trades, it makes sense because in terms of like yesterday, certain situations, it does make sense to even make a trade against the trend because there's just certain trades. However, this one was followed with the trend, not against it. But there's certain trades like this where you just know once that level goes below and then it forms the confirmation, it's going to fucking crash, right? So on pure momentum plays where you just know it's more of just a thing. It doesn't have to be at the best level. It's more of a momentum play. And you just know on that specific day, at that specific time, with that specific confirmation, it's going to fucking happen. Just get the fucking trade against the trend. Just understand, no matter fucking what, that's another style. And trading against the trend, is always a disadvantage because if you're down or time the play wrong, it can't come back to life. It rarely comes back to life. That's a disadvantage. It makes losing less of a personal choice. But one thing you do gain is if you have a system where you can time it perfectly, then it helps, but you're still at a disadvantage. But anyways, we're in 18 cents. The dip is getting bought up aggressively. We're well aware in terms of what the fuck is going on within the fucking market. It's not by accident we win every single fucking day and go green because losing's a personal fucking choice. But we ended up buying at 18 cents, 21 cents, 24 cents, 25 cents, 26 cents, 27 cents. Add. Triple the position size. The reason we add to winners and triple the position size is because if you triple the position size, you triple the gains. If you add to winners and you set profit stops, it's impossible to go green to red. If you add to a loser, it's possible to lose more money if your trade keeps on going down and you're digging yourself in a grave and losing more money. But if you actually add to a winner and set profit stops like we do, it's impossible to go green to red. And you can see why we like to add to winners because, we're in at 18 cents. We're adding in the mid-20s, and then it's quickly going to 43 cents, and our trade's up over 110%. So, losing's a personal fucking choice when you're buying right fucking here, and then you're selling right fucking here into the massive fucking peak for 100% plus gain. That's how we start off our day. We start off our days green enough to walk away. We start off our days green enough to be the absolute best, to outperform every single fucking trader and group of every single fucking day at the speed of light. So, in terms of the next trade, 12:08 p.m., When you see the dots loading, that's when the trade's getting ready to print, and you need to have your option chains open and ready to print at the speed of light. You need to have your market orders set up, so buy it open, and you need to have your stream deck ready or hotkeys ready to click a button instantly, be planted, rooted in fucking stillness to take these fucking trades because they print at the speed of fucking light. So the next trade was 639 puts with the trend at 12 p.m., right? So in terms of this trade at 12 p.m., this was in full alignment. You had this massive red bar. Last time this happened on the SPY, continued to sell off, along with a red, green, red already in the process of forming with lower highs. Fucking phenomenal. 36 puts, 639 puts for 35 cents, 36 cents, 54 cents, 56 cents, 65 cents, 68 cents, add, double the winners. So this is how we get rich in the market. We add to winners. Sometimes we do double add. Sometimes we do triple add. We put in our max risk per trade into these trades. And then in terms of when we're adding another R multiple. Most traders have an R multiple, their max risk per trade. They set a stop loss. They get stopped out. In terms of what we're doing, we're putting in our entire 1R multiple, our max risk per trade, into the contracts. So if it expires worthless and goes to zero, the most we lose is what we're putting in, which is our max risk per trade. Therefore, we don't need a stop loss. And if they expire worthless and goes to zero, the most we lose is our max risk per trade, what we're putting in. And we never set stop losses. 7 out of 10 times we do enter a trade in terms of when it drops 50% plus, we call that a dead play. It comes back to life and it goes green. So we just hold the vast majority of the time, rarely ever sell for a loss. Just let the loss expire worthless and go to zero and lose your max risk per trade, right? Now, in terms of adding to winners, we add to winners quickly to double to triple the gains, and we set profit stops to ensure that we don't go green to red, and also to ensure that those extra R multiples that we're putting in, since we're adding, another R multiple to another 2 R multiples, in total 2 to 3 R multiples, we're technically not risking those extra R multiples that we're adding because we're setting profit stops to ensure that we don't go green to red and we get profit stopped out for the bigger win, right? As you could see, as we're adding at 58 cents, so we were in at 35 cents, literally adding nearly it's 100%. Look, let's just cut to the chase. Who the fuck do you know is getting in at 35 cents and then adding when the trade is up 100%? That right there separates us from everyone else, because most people take profits when they're up 20%. We typically add when we're up 10, 20%, and we set our profit stops, right? So we're doing the complete opposite. We're not using stop losses. We're setting profit stops early into the trades. We're adding to winners. Even sometimes we're up 100%. We're fucking adding. What the fuck does that say about us? That says we're known for winning big. That says we believe in our trades. That says we hold for the massive fucking winners. That says we're aiming for the biggest percentage gains on a fucking day. And setting those profit stops is going to protect those gains. Moving the profit stops up higher is going to ensure that you maintain those gains and you get profit stopped out where you moved it to, not to where you originally set it to. If the market has a big move against your trade. In the money. This is genius. So in terms of if you're wondering when would it make sense to add to a trade if you're up a lot? It would make sense if the trade is barely out of the money and it's about to go in the money. And that's exactly what this was. The trade was barely out of the money. When we were up 100%, it then became barely out of the money. And then once it started to go in the money, we added right before it went in the money. And then as you can see, added at 58 cents. And then as soon as it starts to go in the fucking money, it goes fucking crazy. 58 cents all the way to 95 cents. Literally within minutes from that play going out of the money to in the money. And we were up 100%. We could have fucking sold. Right? It reminds me of that movie, Trading Places. There's this scene in the movie, for those of you who've seen it, Trading Places. And I remember this scene, man. One of the rich older dudes, he was just talking about how in this scene, he was showing how he was literally holding for the last fucking seconds. This guy was rich as fuck, and he was holding for the last fucking seconds because he just knew that it was going to fucking print, and he had such a heavy position size, and he didn't sell it. He's like, dude, there's a couple more fucking seconds left. I'm milking this to the fucking dime. I'm telling you, you go back to that scene in Trading Places, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And again, that's one of the differences between the fucking rich and between the fucking, broke fucking traders. The rich traders know how to hold big wins. They size up big, and when they're up a fuck ton, instead of most rich people, instead of just selling, they would literally see, even if the trade had more downside potential, most of them would still fucking hold it. If they just knew, it's like, dude, if I just hold this for a couple more fucking minutes, I'm going to print like fucking crazy. I just know it. And, if I don't and I'm wrong, I might lose a little bit more than I would have made. But I'm telling you, vast majority of the time they're right and they'll do it. They just fucking know, man. I'm telling you, that scene was in that movie. And this trade right here reminds me of that fucking scene because, we're already up 100% on the play. It's about to go in the money and we could have sold and played it safe. But we ended up adding right before it went in the money and then taking profits in the money, because once that fucker goes in the money, that's when you got to start taking profits. Because if it goes from in the money to out of the money, it's going to take a massive hit. But if it's barely out of the money, it's typically going to try to go in the money. And that's one of the key sequences to that scene that I was talking about in Trading Places, where, like, I'm telling you, if you have a trade that's barely out of the money and you're confident in the setup, it's likely going to go in the money. And then there could be a high chance that it goes back out of the money. But if you were just barely out of the money and you hold it or even add, and then it quickly goes in the money, that is such a massive gain if you sell it and then get out before it goes out of the money. And then that reflects that scene I was talking about, because this was happening literally right before the market was about to close in Trading Places, where, this guy, he took a big position on shares and he's like, man, if I just hold it to the bell, if I just hold it for like one more minute, it can make a fuck ton more money. And the guy just knew, and basically, when a trade's barely out of the money and you just know it's going to go in the money, just fucking hold in the money, then start taking the gains. Think of it once the trade is starting to go in the money. Think of the moments as like when the trade's barely out of the money and you have that intuition and you know that it's going to fucking print, fucking hold it, because the gains are going to be fucking insane in such a short, quick period of time when it goes in the money from out of the money. And then once it goes in the money, think of the bell ringing and you're starting to lock in gains, right? That's how you should fucking do it when you have it like that. And then in terms of the last trade, this was a YOLO on puts that didn't work out. It was fucking wild. As soon as puts were bought here, the market instantly fucking spiked like fucking crazy. One of the good things about this trade was, though, at least it was timed in a way where if we were on the right side, it would have been a 1000% gain if we would have been on calls. That's the one thing where you do have to have, some respect in terms of the YOLOs. The YOLOs aren't going to work out. But it doesn't matter because we were already green enough to walk away with two massive wins, because they were both 100% wins, and we tripled the position size on the first one and doubled the position size on the second one, right? And if you choose to keep on winning, then the most you risk is 25 to 50%, right? And everybody knows the YOLOs are more, cheaper, lower risk plays where you don't risk a lot. You can risk like 25%, 30% of your gains on the day when you're already green, right? But anyways, this makes sense though on why YOLOs make sense, especially on a trade like this. So on this particular trade, this was on the wrong side. Puts were literally bought at the exact fucking lows, and then SPX spiked 9 fucking points. If you were in on SPX calls instead of puts, you could have made 1,000%. But the beauty of this loss is, in terms of the timing of it, it's like this was the worst time to buy puts, but the point is, it was the best time to enter a trade. And that's how you have to see this as. This was literally the best time to make a trade, and yes, it was on the wrong side, but when it's on the right side, it's going to be a 1,000% gain, and that's why we take the YOLOs. It doesn't matter if we lose 100% on this. We're already green enough to walk away, and it also doesn't matter when you're putting yourself in trades that go up 1,000% that are really at the perfect time. It was at the perfect time possible to take a trade. Now, it was the worst time possible to take a trade on puts, but the one thing you have to say about this is it was at the perfect time possible to take a trade. If you would have hedged it, you would have fucking banked. But regardless, even if you're just entering trades on the wrong side, as long as it's the perfect fucking time, which this was, when it's on the right fucking side, in that particular situation, you could be extremely successful with a 30% win rate. So again, that's just what comes with the game, man. Sometimes you're on the wrong side, but again, already green enough to walk away with 2 100% wins, and the wins were much bigger than the fucking L's, because we tripled the gains on the first win that was 100%, and we doubled the gains on the second win that was 100%, and on the loss, we didn't add to the loss, and we're risking less because we're already green enough to walk away, plus it's a YOLO. In terms of the YOLOs, they quickly go to zero, or they quickly go up, 200, 300, 500, 1,000% plus within minutes, right? So that's fucking insane, man. This just goes to show you, like, don't get discouraged if you lose on a YOLO, because when this works out, look at that. If we weren't on calls, it would have fucking 10x, right? So at least we got in at the right fucking time, which is part of the foundation. Part of the foundation to the YOLOs is getting in at the right time. At least we did that. We got in on the trade at the right time. It was just the wrong side. Now, in terms of my trades, man, I had a crazy fucking session today, man. The whole fucking chat was hyped up and fucking fired up. I love this trades we were fucking making. We were making quick scalps on SPX. This trade, my first trade, was at 2:57 p.m. I like to trade during the middle of the day. Gvor, he trades at all times during the day, but he fucking crushes it at market open and during power hour. I'm known for killing it during the middle of the day and power hour, but mainly during power hour. But sometimes I'll make a trade or two during the middle of the day. But my preference is power hour, but I do like middle of the day as well. But you'll rarely ever see me trading at market open. That's when that's more of a rarity for me. I need the best setups possible with the curriculum. But G-Roar already does such an amazing job as well in terms of trading at the market open as well. I'm telling you, his market open trades are fucking unreal. I genuinely don't see how anyone's going to be able to beat his market open trades. It's just fucking insane on what he does at the market open. But then also his market open trades are a pure reflection of how amazing the power hour trades as well. But I'm telling you, the market open fucking trades, it's like, in terms of starting your day off green, I genuinely don't think you can find a better trader out there in terms of starting your day off green inside of fucking Team Roar. If you're just looking for the best trades within the market, the best alert system, I genuinely don't see how you're going to be able to find better market open fucking trades. And again, the power hour trades are a pure reflection of the market open trades as well. It's fucking amazing. But anyways, in terms of my power hour trades, these are the only trades that I ended up making today. So, in terms of my own personal trades that I alerted, SPX 6410 calls at 230 cents. As soon as I got in, these quickly went to 300 fucking cents. And then they got absolutely obliterated because they were against the trend. So again, when you're trading against the trend, especially if you're going against the trend, it's very important to set profit stops when you're up 10%. Someone in the chat today was asking, are there certain trades where we shouldn't set profit stops on? I would say it's very important to set profit stops on a trade where you instantly go up like 50% plus, because that means it could instantly drop 50% plus too. If you instantly go up 50%, you can instantly lose 50%, right? Also, if you're trading against the trend, if you know you're entering against the trend, it's very, very smart to set a profit stop, because if you're trading against the trend, that quick 30 to 50% win you make could be all it's ever going to make. Or what can happen is, if you're trading against the trend, the trade can keep on fluctuating where you're up 30%, then you're down 30%. You're up 30%, then you're down 30%. It could be multiple scalps, or that could be their absolute peak, right? So, if you're trading against the trend, it is strongly recommended to set profit stops, especially when you're up 10%. But in general, you should be setting profit stops no matter what. And again, you can detach your size. You can detach your position size to where 70% of your trade, you're going to automatically get profit stopped out. And then the other 30% of your trade, you're going to automatically sell, with hotkeys, using market orders, using a stream deck, or using hotkeys on your keyboard, right? Just automatically fucking sell it. So this went from 230 to 300, losing to personal fucking choice. And at the end of the day, you guys need to take trading within your hands, especially on the fastest trading alert systems in the game, in terms of selling on your own, which means using profit stops to sell some size, and then leaving runners to practice, not automatically getting stopped out, and also moving the profit stops up higher to ensure you're not giving back more gains once it fluctuates against you, right? So that trade went from 230 to 300, which counts as a win. And I didn't like how the 30-minute closed. It was bearish. So in terms of that trade, for the people who didn't exit, I told them just get the fuck out of the trade, and then we switched to puts. So the first trade went from 230 to 300. Some people made money, some people lost money. In terms of the next trade, this is when we started fucking crushing it nonstop by trading the trend. And it's so much easier to trade the trend because you don't have to time it perfectly, and you could just hold the fucking L's because they all come back to life. That's the biggest advantage to trading the trend. And one of the toughest things about far out of the money zero date options is to time the trades perfectly. It's extremely hard to time trades perfectly. And that's one of the toughest parts about trading far out of the money zero date options. But what comes with the toughness is the beauty in it, because once you figure out the right times, and once you figure out how to time your fucking trades, you start to realize that it's the best way to trade. It's just you got to figure this shit out first, right? So this is when I started focusing on the trend, and all I did was puts for the rest of the day, and we just kept on fucking crushing it, man. 400 puts at 232 cents. These instantly went to fucking 300. Those fucking banked. JL, he was fucking killing it, $585 profit on those overall trades. He was crushing it, man. Absolutely love having this guy within the community, within the chat, man. Has an amazing presence, man. And yeah, this is when we really started to crush him. Puts on spikes is play, and then I kept buying puts more, kept rebuying puts. 639 puts at 34 cents. Those dropped to 20. I added at 24. 6405 puts at 250 cents. Those dropped to 150. Ended up adding into the L's because we were all confident on the fucking trend. Look at this. Added at 190. I was in at 250. Added at 190. 639 puts at 34 cents. Added at 24 cents. all of these came back to life and they went up over 50% above my initial entries. And we were adding into the L's. The reason why we were adding into the L's, normally we don't do this, but we were all extremely confident on this bearish close because it was in such alignment with the game plan and with the chart of this red, green, red sell-off, red, green, red sell-off in the market's lower highs, right? So, you know, I'm just going to show you a quick preview of this overall price action. It was genuinely like comical on how fucking long this was holding up, man. And they were just burning fucking premiums. Like you could see when I was adding, I was very fucking confident. I was tripling my fucking position size as the trade was going against me at 3:41 p.m. You go to 3:41 p.m. This is 3:41 p.m. right here. This is 3:41 p.m. SPY's at 6 fucking 40. This is at 3:41 p.m. Right fucking here. Excuse me. That's 2:41 p.m. This right here is at 3:41 p.m. right here when SPY's towards the exact fucking peaks at 3:41 p.m. Then it has this massive fucking sell-off. Here, I'll show you SPX. Look at this, man. SPX right here at 3:41 p.m. This is literally where we were adding fucking heavily and so fucking confident. Like, look, it just became fucking comical to me because I've seen this before. I've seen the momentum before. I've seen the pattern. This is where I literally said, short this to fucking zero. What a fucking joke that this is still sitting up here. Like, I'm laughing my fucking ass off because I'm saying, like, dude, I've seen this before. I know it's going to fucking collapse. And I'm just, like, laughing and fucking hysterical because, like, what else can I fucking do? It's like, dude, all I can do is hold this fucking play. Like, we are getting chopped up right now. We are getting fucked with data. There's no fucking time on the shot clock. But you know what? Our trades are designed to go in the fucking money. So if we just fucking hold them and trade with the trend, they're going to fucking print, even if it dropped 50%. And this trade was down 50 fucking percent. And it was just comical because I was just looking at the chart. I'm saying, oh shit, we're forming lower highs right here. I'm saying, like, dude, how the fuck is SPX still sitting up here? It was sitting up here for like 20 fucking minutes doing absolutely fucking nothing. I'm saying, dude, this is held up on thin fucking air. SPX has to go back down where it filled this gap, where it formed this gap right here at 6402. And this is why I said within the chat, 6402 is a break and retest level where you're not going to want to be buying puts. And then that's where it's going to try to fucking spike, man. This analysis led. Everyone was fucking hyped up, man. We had people down 40%, 50%. They were already green, though. So, again, that doesn't matter because they were green enough to walk away. You know, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gains, right? But we were all fucking down on this play at first, and we were down 50%. And everyone was just fucking confident. And we were all just fucking saying, like, losing's a personal choice. And we were all saying, this is going to fucking drop. Like, we basically... everyone was seeing through the illusion. Everyone saw through the illusion. How this was just inflated, held up on fucking air. They're just chopping us, trying to get us out of the contracts. And this is why it's very important to never take big position sizes and to never use stop losses because most people, and I used to be one of them, especially when I first started trading, you know, I used to either get stopped out or just get spooked out, you know. A lot of people won't be patient with their trade, even if, you know, they're not at the point where, you know, they hit their max loss, they'll just get out because they're not patient. They don't like the price action. They'll say, you know what? I like this original trade idea, but I don't like the feel of this price action and it's taking too long. I'll get out. I used to do that too. But then, you know, I just came to the realization, like, you have to be able to see through illusions. And it's not just that. It's like, I genuinely just traded this before. I just remember me trading the same setup and price action before. That's why it became comical to me. And that's why I literally said, like, dude, it's going to drop. Just short this to fucking zero. This is inflated on thin fucking air. It's going to come back down to fill this little intraday gap right here that formed at 6402. Then it's going to fucking spike. It was just so fucking comical to me, and that's all you could really do because I'm looking at something and I'm just saying, like, wow, this is like a painful short-term trade. We held this for like 20 fucking minutes. We're just getting fucked. Market's about to get fucking closed down 50 fucking percent, laughing my fucking ass off because I'm saying, dude, when this fucking drops, it's going to drop like 10 fucking points. We're all going to fucking print. In the meantime, we're stomaching fucking 50% drops. But my gosh, imagine if we fucking timed it perfectly. If we would have timed it perfectly and got the best entry, oh my gosh, the percentage gains would have been so much bigger. However, we did add to losers, which gave us a phenomenal average. I saw people adding the fucking 120s on this. But imagine if our average was 120 instead of 250. That's a massive difference in gains on a big move. But anyways, man, you know, I'm just amazed on how long it's staying up here with how bearish the momentum feels. That's very fucking real, man. And that's what I love in terms of, you know, trading in general. And that's what I love just about, you know, humans who actually fucking trade instead of fucking bots and AI and all this fucking one shit. The one thing that automated shit doesn't have is fucking like fifth dimension shit, man. It's like, I'm telling you, man, you can get to a point in trading where you literally feel it. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, man. Like, you can genuinely feel the fucking trade. You know exactly what the fuck it's gonna do, man. I'm sure there's people who've come into your life, and as well, if you just feeling yourself in general, but like, just feeling other people's presence, feeling other people's energies, right? Like, you can genuinely get to a point within the stock market where you're not only multidimensional, but you just feel it. Like, there's people in this world who are genuinely meant to be fucking felt and to be fucking seen, and like, you can become that as well, like within the stock market. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, you can genuinely feel what the fuck is gonna happen. It's very important to realize that, and that's what the fuck I was feeling. I'm saying, like, dude, I'm feeling out this price action. I'm like, yeah, I experienced this before. I know exactly what's gonna fucking happen. I'm like, I'm feeling the fucking market right now. I'm feeling this fucking shit, and I'm telling you, when you get that fucking feeling within the market, especially within your trade, that's when you need to be extremely confident in holding the fucking setup. Because every time you're in a trade, you might not have that strong feeling where, like, you feel like something's being felt. And in terms of what was being felt, it was my past experience of me being in this setup before, just at a different price. And it was also just feeling the momentum. It was me feeling the momentum, right? And I'm telling you, you don't get that every single time you enter a trade. And when you do get it, you need to have that awareness. And basically, that's what my commentary was doing. It was bringing awareness to all that and documented. Like, so yeah, man, I explained I was holding this till the fucking end. Sits at the peak, bottom's right below the strike. What a cruel play. I'm telling you, that cruelness normally would have got me out, or at least stopped out. But like I said, with our system, we've created a system. Shout out to G-Roar for literally fucking creating the foundation of that system. G-Roar is the one who literally put us all on in terms of, SPX. He put us on SPX, and also in terms of, going further out of the money. But also in terms of, don't use stop losses, set profit stops, add to wins. He's the one who, in terms of creating that overall system, I've always been the one who focused on more of the visuals, the picture, the frame, the technicals, the price action, the strategies, the levels, and stuff like that. He's the one who really created that overall system in terms of, like, like I said, no stop losses, setting profit stops, add to winners, move profit stops up higher. With that overall system, it allows you to really fucking hold. And once you have systems like that, you go more advanced too, right? That's why I'm saying, in terms of holding can be easier when you're feeling the market. When you feel like something's being felt here. I felt this before. I've experienced this before. Or I'm feeling this momentum. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, basically, for what the fuck I was feeling, it became fucking comical. Because as I was feeling that this was going to drop like 10 fucking points, I was looking at the fucking pain. I'm saying, like, what a fucking joke and fucking shit show this fucking is. And then I'm thinking of the past version of myself too. It would have got stopped out or whatever the fuck. But like I said, we've created systems where we can just hold the trades and no stop losses and stuff like that, and have our risk management intact. So it's just, it was the cruelty of the play was, it's like, it's gonna crash, but it just keeps on sitting at our fucking, basically where our strike was. Our strike was at the fucking bottom of this. So whenever it hit our fucking strike, when it was about to go in the money, it would just bounce, bounce, bounce. That was the cruelty of the fucking play. And then for it taking fucking 20 minutes, right before the markets close, the fucking data decay is fucking us, right? So that was the cruelty of the play. It just kept on bouncing right as it was about to go in the money on the puts. And it took for fucking ever to crash. But we knew, man, once it's going to fucking crash, it's going to happen quick, and we're going to have to sell and get out quick, because then it's going to fucking spike. We fucking knew. We saw it all fucking coming. This was another message that could have made you a fuck ton of money. Like I said, we trade very, very quick. That's why it's important to give analysis beforehand. So at 3:47 p.m., it's about to go in the money. Just add quickly and take size off for extra gains. This is one thing you can do in terms of taking bigger size. When you're absolutely certain on a trade that's about to go in the money, or like once it breaks above a key level or breaks down a key level, and as you've been in this trade, you've been experiencing it, and you're absolutely certain it's going to have a nice quick move on your favor, whether it's going from out of the money to in the money, or whether it's a quick spike or a quick crash once the level finally breaks down. If you're absolutely certain on this, right? This is for more professionals. Just fucking add and then immediately take some size off. Man, if you'll make a quick, massive fucking print instantly, especially if it's from barely out of the money to a nice quick drop in the money. And that's exactly what the fuck this is. That's why I said before I even fucking added, and we already tripled our position size before I posted this message. But that's why I said it's about to go in the money, add quickly and take size off. So you could have quadrupled your position size with that message. But yeah, man, I made it very, very clear. It's about the drop on this play. Take gains wisely. One spike will take it all back. This was the spike that took it all fucking back right fucking here. That's why I said once we start to go in the money, take the fucking gains quickly and wisely, because the market was already fucking around with this, on that whole fucking play. So it got to the point, it's like, dude, when this has a nice move in the money, we're getting out fucking instantly, because it's going to try to bounce again. It was already bouncing out our strike. So in this particular situation, when it's doing that, once it finally goes in the money and a nice quick print hits, most people who hold are going to get fucked, and then it'll try to drop back down, if not just push fucking higher and trap them more, right? That's why we sell in the money on that particular situation, because we were already getting fucked in the beginning of being down 50% when it just kept on bottoming at our fucking strikes. I'm telling you, if you're down 20 to 50% on a strike, and it just keeps on sitting at your strike and then keeps on, not going in the money, once that fucking trade goes in the money, you better start taking fucking gains. Because if you were already down 20 to 50% and it's not going in the money, once it finally goes in the money, take fucking gains. And I would write that down. If you're ever in a trade that, say you got in and you're down 20 to 50% and it just keeps on floating in terms of the bottom, right? It just keeps on floating the bottom, when you're down the least on that 20 to 50% towards your strike and it's not going in the money, once it finally goes in the money, take the fucking profits. Because the most likely outcome, vast majority of the time, is it'll quickly go back to out of the money and you'll get back all those fucking gains. You see, the key is to do things the first time. So if you have a trade where let's say, I'll make it easy here. Let's say on SPY's at 639 and you're trading on it to go down, right? You're in puts. Let's say SPY keeps bottoming at 639.20, like right below your put strike. Once it starts to go, below 639, you start banking like crazy, right? Let's say it keeps on bottoming at 639.20 and then it keeps on ripping at 639.50. And it just keeps on going back and forth, and say you're down like, 20, 50% in between that fluctuation. Once it finally goes in the money and you're up nicely, take the fucking profits. Because I'm telling you, if you're in a trade where it just keeps on fluctuating, like down 20%, down 50%, and towards the bottom of that is your strike, the most likely outcome is once your strike goes in the money, it's likely going to give back all those gains after quickly going in the money. So you need to take your gains first. And that's what I was explaining to members before it all fucking happened. Because again, this plays out quick, and it's important to not only alert things in real time, but what's even more important about getting a real-time alert is the preparation beforehand on what exactly is expected to happen and what exactly we're expected to be doing, right? That way they can just execute its self-sufficiency without relying on alert, and then once the alert's hit, it could just reverse fucking instantly and lack of preparation. But at the end of the day, you always got to be ready to instantly print the speed of fucking light with us, and have your option chains open and ready, in stillness, rooted, planted, and using a stream deck or using hotkeys. So it had all the time in the world to break out. It failed. It must come down to 6402. Again, this was at 3:50 p.m. 3:50 p.m. is right here. And then it just fucking snapped. It fucking collapsed, man. And then I said, it must come down to 6402, then spike again. As soon as it came down to 6402, it spiked again. We were all out towards the fucking lows. Everyone fucking banked. We were buying those puts at 250. We were adding under 200. Some members were adding at 120. It quickly went into the fucking 300s to mid 300s, man. Nice play. I fucking love you guys too. Also, I saw the positivity on the comments last night. I genuinely love to see that, man. I'm telling you, man. I had such a fucking amazing, man. Today, I genuinely think that was one of the things that had to do with it. But, man, I just woke up with such a fucking amazing fucking energy and mood, man. And I just remember having some reflections back to some of the comments that I read. And I love to see that, man. I just love to fucking see positivity, man. Absolutely love seeing that. I was reading some of the fucking comments, and I just love to fucking see what you guys had to say, man. But, yeah. We love what we do, man, and this is why we do it. We fucking enjoy what it is that we fucking do, man. I'm telling you, once you have an eye for the market and you bring success to it, it gets to a point you want to bring it to the world and not just be hidden. And we were very, very private for a long fucking time, man. We were fucking private for fucking ever, man. Giro and I, we were private for so fucking long, man. And then eventually we just brought it to the whole fucking world, and that's what we're doing now. We're fucking bringing it to fucking everyone. Um, so yeah, man, this fucking trade, like I said, this was one of the most wildest and craziest trades that we're gonna make all fucking week, because the way it played out, we were fucking the fucking cruelty of the fucking suffering of it just bottoming out of strike, holding for 20 minutes right down to the fucking wire, knowing it's gonna fucking crash. Like, it got to a point of just fucking comedy, because I'm sitting here just saying, like, I know it's gonna fucking crash. And I'm also looking at past versions of me who would have been stopped out, who would have been stopped out for a fucking loss as it's peaking up right here, who would have been fucking scared and fucking fear. But then I'm telling you, man, G-Roar came along and he recreated the system in terms of, you know, fucking hold the trades, no stop losses, max risk per trade. And that right there, man, that eliminates all that fucking fear along with feeling your trades. You know, once you have a system on what you're supposed to do, then you focus more on other things too, because you already have that. Like, you know, can this be felt? Is this trade being felt right now? Have I experienced this before? Have I lived this before? I'm telling you, man, I've had situations in my life, man. I've had a situation in my life, man. You know, I was trading alongside my dad. I was just showing him on my phone. I was literally commentating the chart on my phone, explaining to him every move that would happen. And in terms of the way I was doing it in this particular situation, I was doing it with 1 minute candles. I remember I was sitting there for like just like fucking like 10 fucking minutes, explaining to him exactly what was going to happen on every single fucking 1 minute candle. But the way I was doing it, it literally felt like, in terms of like the strategicness of the microness, it was like I was breaking down a 1 minute candle the same way that Webull, you know, breaks down a 1 minute candle. I think they go up to like 1 second. I think it goes to as low as like 1 second. You know, I think Webull is like the only platform I've ever seen done that, where like you can break down a 1 minute candle into like seconds. I think they go to as low as a second. But basically, I was in like the fifth fucking dimension, and I was trading and fucking commentating this, and my dad was like right alongside me, literally fucking watching this go down. And it's like I fucking cracked the whole fucking system. It's like I hacked the fucking market. I was turning 1 minute candles into second candles, and everything I fucking spoke into existence was literally working to an exact fucking T. And I was doing this for 10 minutes fucking straight. And I'm saying, like, man, to get to this level of trading where you're feeling every fucking thing, within these fucking bars, and you're like in this another fucking dimension, man. That's what I'm saying. There's just some shit that fucking AI and fucking trading bots and shit like that just doesn't have, man. Like, how the fuck are they gonna get in that other fucking dimension where they're feeling every fucking thing and they just know, and they're in this crazy fucking zone, this other fucking dimension, man. Like, it's fucking wild, man. I was turning 1 minute candles into 1 second bars, and the candlestick would do everything I fucking said, and it was fluctuating. It was going up, it's going fucking down. Everything I was fucking saying was happening to an exact T for like 10 minutes fucking straight. And I think back to that moment, and I'm like, man, that was a completely different fucking realm of fucking dimensions, feeling out the market, momentum. It's like, that was fucking rare, man. And I was doing it at fucking speed too, at the speed of fucking light, man. Like, shit's fucking wild, man. Like, life is fucking amazing, man. I'm telling you, that's the beauty of trading. If you guys ever get to that fucking place or that fucking level, that's when you know you're onto some shit. You know, I'm telling you, when you experience things like that, where like you're feeling the fucking market, you see like you're in multi fucking dimensions and shit, that's when you just know you have something for this market. You have something for this market that other people don't have. And I'm telling you, if you ever get that signal, or if you ever see that you're in that place, man, that's when you just fucking know. You're like, wow, this is completely, like, I'm telling you, but man, for me to get to that fucking point, it took a very long time. But I do remember first starting off where I had moments of that quickly on. I do remember that. But like it would come and go and like in and out. But man, I just remember it was such a rare moment, because man, to break down 1 minute candles into seconds and just calling it out non fucking stop, trading it, printing non fucking stop like 10 minutes straight, like, it's fucking insane, man. But yeah, that also, this brought me back to that memory and reflection as well. And you could see how that trade that G-Roar made, that brought me back to that Trading Places movie. It's like, dude, my fucking gosh, this shit is fucking amazing, man. Like, the things I experience in life and shit like that, it's just like so multidimensional. It can bring up like 100 different fucking things. It's fucking amazing. But anyways, man, like this scalp was fucking amazing. Fuck, I gotta fucking. Oh no, I can keep this going. Fucking, let me see. Let me check this out. Can you get? Oh, you can see that. Look at that. My Mac is about to fucking die. But I can just plug this fucking shit in right fucking here. You see, I'm fucking prepared. I'm fucking equipped. Now I'm the plug. It's plugged in, so I'm the plug now. But anyways, 720 fucking 5. You know, look at this, man. Fucking gains, man. Got the gains up to $725. Love to fucking see it. Look at this. He was buying those puts at 120 fucking entry, 200 entry, 190 entry, 265, selling at 3 fucking 40, man. This trade was fucking legendary, man. That's what I'm saying. You can make one trade, and of all the things you experience in the trade, it can bring back like fucking 20 different memories, and not just memories. It can bring you into fucking dimensions, man. It was bringing me back to that other dimension. I was thinking back of this one dimension I was in, and I was like feeling the fucking market out, and I'm saying like, oh shit, it's fucking back. I'm back in that fucking dimension. The wild. I'm telling you, when you start entering trades and experiencing a market, it brings you to rare fucking places, man. I think that's what had to do with my energy as well, because I'm telling you, man, like my fucking energy is like, man, some fucking days the energy that I'm fucking in, the zones that I'm fucking in, I genuinely think that your guys' positive comments, and not just that, this trade that I took, I think it brought me into a different energy too, man. But man, like it's just fucking like it brought me into this zone where I just remember of feeling in the market and that momentum and just being like multi fucking dimensional in like the fifth dimension. I just remember that zone. It really did bring me back to there. You know, I guess that was the reward of holding through all that fucking pain and experiencing that fucking shit. It's fucking amazing. You know, but to be able to hold through pain and stuff, you need the right system. No stop losses, max risk trade. Look at this. Made $1,000, man. I fucking love to see it. You know, this is why we do what we do, not just for money, because we genuinely fucking love it. We genuinely love what we fucking do. That's why we fucking do this. There's plenty of ways to make money, especially when you already have it. You know, at that point, it's like you have to figure out what the man. If you're making fucking money already, it's like you have to genuinely figure out what the fuck you're doing and what the fuck you love to fucking do. And this is what we do. We love to fucking do. You know, I couldn't imagine making money but not loving what I fucking do. That to me would feel like a fucking failure because, you know, if you're already fucking making money, then you better have your shit figured out in terms of loving what you fucking do. You know, like the fuck. At least if you're not making a lot of money but you love what you do, then you're using your time doing something that you love what you do. That's fucking amazing. That's a lot better than making fucking money but not loving what you're fucking doing. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's levels to this, you know? And in terms of one of the perks about money is it gives you like all that fucking freedom. So at that point, it's like you should genuinely love what the fuck you do. And that's why we just don't fucking stop. We just keep on fucking. We genuinely love what the fuck we're doing. Non-fucking stop, man. So that was the trade. That was my trade of the day. That was the play of the day, man. And that shit got me fucking hyped, man. What got me hyped about it was just the process of it, man. The fucking market makers are all fucking here. I'm telling you, man. I was looking at my fucking For You page. It's like, dude, the shit that's coming up on my fucking For You page, it's either like nonstop movie clips, superstar movie scenes, cinematic, fucking the most rarest like movie fucking clips. It's either fucking that or like messages from the fucking universe. The shit I'm fucking seeing on my fucking For You page, I'm like, this shit is not fucking normal, man. Some of the shit that's fucking coming up, man. And I'm saying like, wow, this like literally reflects exactly what the fuck is going on in my fucking life, man. Like how I'm fucking impacting people, but not just that, like fucking like it's saying like fucking all these rare fucking people are watching you, fucking secret fucking society fucking people watching, like fucking billionaires fucking watch, like all this fucking shit, man. Like it's just fucking wild, man. Like that how that shit is coming up on my fucking For You page, man. Like it's just wild on how personal some of that shit fucking gets. Like it's fucking wild. Like, but I'm telling you, man, we are fucking killing it every single fucking day. If you guys want to experience this and print non-fucking stop, you guys need to get in here, man. I'm telling you, like, we are being watched fucking heavily. I'm telling you, like, when we enter a trade, you'll just fucking know some shit's going fucking on. It's the biggest fucking volume spike. And fuck, if you want to see manipulation, just look at what fucking happens after our fucking trades. It's fucking unreal, man. What the fuck goes on after our trade sometimes, you know? But I told everyone to get out of puts at 6402. And then fucking G-Roar, he alerts puts at fucking 6402. It is what it is, man. It is what it fucking is, man. I mean, the one thing I do like about this trade is, though, at least it was a trade where the timing was like fucking incredible for a trade. It wasn't the right side, but it was the best time to get in the trade. I will give it that. It was the absolute best time to make a trade. You know, it's just a little unfortunate, though, because I literally said, like, in terms of my fucking analysis, I literally said 6402 is the profit target. And that's where fucking SPX is going to try to spike in reverse at the gap. We had a gap right here at 6402. It was fucking us at 6410. So, of course, if it drops 8 points straight back down to the gap with a couple minutes left on the shot clock, it's likely going to try to bounce first, even if it pushes lower, right? That was just the disappointing part about the trade. But then again, the overall trend was bearish, and we were playing for a bearish close. It's just like, man, like, was a little bit disappointed on that overall play, because when we were exiting our puts towards the best price to exit, he was literally alerting fucking puts. But it is what it is. And again, we were already well green enough to walk away, so it doesn't fucking matter, man. All we did was win the whole fucking day and then end the day with one YOLO. But again, make sure you guys have your fucking stream decks. It's like, my fucking gosh, like, dude, we don't have any sponsors. We're not affiliated with any fucking one. I'm starting to think, like, fuck, should we drop a fucking like Amazon link or some fucking shit? Like, we don't fucking have any fucking links or any fucking thing, man. Thinkorswim, Schwab, no affiliate. Like, we don't do any of that, man. We just trade and we focus on giving you guys the best tools. But yeah, Stream Deck or hotkeys. You know, Stream Decks is highly fucking recommended. And just print at the speed of fucking light. You need to get in as soon as possible. You guys need to have your shit fucking together, man. You know, in terms of G-Roar, he's resetting every single week at $60,000. On his first red day, his account dropped, I think, like to fucking 55 or something. Now it's back to normal after this green day. So you know, by the end of the week, that fucking account will probably be above fucking 85, 90,000 plus. I mean, we'll see. But it's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing, man. But we fucking crushed that fucking play, man. That was some amazing fucking high play fucking shit, man. So yeah, that's what made my whole fucking day, was that one trade, man. It brought me back to fucking memories, energy, presence. It really fucking, it got me in that fucking zone, man. And I'm gonna carry that zone with me, man. I'm gonna carry that fucking energy and zone heading into tomorrow, man. I'm gonna carry that with me. So yeah, for those of you who would like to experience unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing, non-fucking stop, it's the first link down below within the description. We print non-fucking stop, man. We have so many members. They make back the cost to stay here for 12 months on like their first fucking week. Some of them in their first fucking day, man. Like, it's fucking, the results are fucking wild, man. Like, it's insane how much winning, how much printing is going fucking on, man. It's fucking amazing, man. Look at this. 6 fucking tacos for $1.50. That's the fucking play, man. The play is to buy one contract at $50, sell it at $200, and then on Taco Tuesday get 6 tacos for $1.50, and then do it all over fucking again, compound your fucking account, and then fucking amazing. This is what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Fucking amazing. That is fucking amazing, man. Oh my gosh, man. That's fucking amazing, man. I had a good, these look very, very similar to a spot I was in at, where was that at, man? Fucking in Cali, man. San Diego, man. I remember that fucking spot. That was fucking amazing, man. That was a fucking amazing fucking taco spot that a friend of mine took me there as soon as I met him too. We met online first. But yeah, man, that brings me back to good times too. But yeah, man, life's fucking amazing. You guys need to fucking get in here. It's the first link down below in the description. If you want to print, if you want to win, non-fucking stop. It's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing. We have an amazing community. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're going to love the group. You're going to love our community. All the new people joining. Love to see it, man. You guys are going to love it. I'm telling you. We have the lowest churn rate in the game. 9 out of 10 of our members who join choose to stay with us long term. We print non-stop. We trade cheap, low risk, far out of the money, zero-dated options, and we have the best system to trade them with. No stop losses, max risk you put into the trade. Add to winners, set profit stops, move profit stops up higher to ensure if the market has a big move against you, you get profit stopped out. You're going to see, man, On our best days, it's 1000% gains, multiple 1000% gains every single week on our best days. You're going to see with this, you can be successful with the lowest win rate in the game. We have the highest win rate with it because we're the absolute best in terms of trading far the money zero dated options. You're going to fucking see, man. Our group wins, our group prints non-fucking stop. Our community is fucking amazing, man. We are absolutely fucking crushing it, man. You're going to see, man. I'm telling you, if you want the strongest foundation, trade far the money zero dated options, figure it out, but get your risk management first. That takes the load off and that puts you in the best positions possible to grow within trading. I'm telling you, the number one thing you can do in trading in terms of starting out, get the proper risk management, because then you're going to see it gives you the perfect foundation to focus on everything else where you can't be stopped, you know? If you don't have proper risk management, you have nothing within this market. You can have everything within this market. You can have the perfect trading setups. You can get the best timing. You can be the absolute best trader. But without risk management, you have nothing. You have the weakest foundation within the market. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have proper risk management, then you focus on the other aspects, mental aspects of trading, you know, psychology of trading, the best setups at the best prices, timing your trades, momentum, understanding trading zones, you know, fifth fucking dimensions. I'm telling you, for those of you who experienced it, you guys let us know if you've ever experienced it, man, because I love to see it. You know, at first I was experiencing it like that, but it can take time too, and some people go in and out too. Like, but I'm telling you, once you start experiencing like different fucking dimensions to trading, and it's taking your mind into like different fucking realms, and you're seeing things differently, and you're more clear and stuff like that, man, that's what I love to see happen, man. When people are in our community, they fuse with us, they become self-sufficient, they focus on their trading. I love to see when they're getting like, when they're experiencing different things, you know, different mindsets, different shifts, different you know, different feelings within the market. You know, I'm telling you, it's very important to feel the market out, to feel it out, to understand the fucking play. Yes, Discord was glitching. I noticed that, man. I was trying to send a message for a trade. I couldn't fucking send it. It fucking froze. As soon as I finished typing out my trade, my Discord froze. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't click send. I couldn't delete the message. I couldn't fucking do anything. It just froze. I had to fucking, I fucking, and I was doing it on my phone too. So I just swiped fucking up. I closed the app quick as fuck, and then it loaded back quick as fuck, and then I re-fucking did the message. That was fucking ridiculous, man. Like, that cost us time into the trade in that particular situation. But yeah, Discord had some fuckery on my end too, man. Like, I'm fucking telling you, man. Our server's been through a lot of fucking shit, man. We have a lot of fucking people, man, watching us. We've been raided multiple fucking times. We've had other fucking teams try to steal our fucking members. Man, we've been through every fucking thing. But at the point we're at, in terms of our server, our community, our career, it's just like that shit's not possible anymore. Like, there's no fucking, like, we just go straight to the top. It's fucking amazing, man. But yes, we've had a glitch. I couldn't even send the fucking message. If I didn't close the app, man, it's a good thing I closed that fucking app, you know? Some people would have just sat there and been like, Discord's fucked, I'll take a break, you know? But other people, they find a way. They close the fucking app. They do a million fucking things until one fucking works. That's what the fuck I'll do. So, yeah, man, it's the first link down below in the description. If you guys want to trade alongside us and fucking print, we're going to absolutely crush it. You're going to love the community. You're going to love the real-time zero-day option trailer system. You're going to fucking love it. You're going to fucking print, man. Use that game plan to print. No excuse to be red. Losing's a personal choice. I will see you guys tomorrow within the chat. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off here.